Hi, now we are going to learn about authorship for publication. So, types of authorship: guest authorship, which means some of your known people or your students, or without doing any work, you'll be getting some authorship. And honorary authorship, some experts in your field, they will be guiding you for choosing a topic or choosing doing some research work in their labs. So that is some honorary authorship will be providing to some experts in your field. And paid authorship, so there are even you can see in various social media for articles and for patents, the amount, if you are paying some money, and your name will be added in their articles or patents. And ghost authorship, when your article has been written by some academic writers, and finally they will be asking you to put their name also in your article. And co-authorship, they are the people who are working with the corresponding author and the first author. And collaboration authorship, which means some part of your work will be done in your lab and other part will be in some other lab, or it's like you will be putting an MOU, or like collaborating each university or each institute or each authors. And hyper authorship, which means more than 100 plus authors, it will be an hyper authorship. And in this, regarding this authorship, each author should be a part of the research work, that it should be much clear for our researchers. And authorship, which means it's is in all publications, like in journal, books, thesis and others. And most of the articles, the research scholars or the students will be the first author, and second author will be the supervisor, third, fourth and fifth will be the other contributors, they are like co-authors. And authorship will be help the employer to check your academic performance. And no contribution, it should be no authorship. There may be some minor contribution, also no authorship, you can put their name in the acknowledgement section. And if change of stream, publication will be harm your profile, which means, see, if I am from a civil engineering discipline, sometime my articles, like some 5-6 articles may be from other disciplines, like from computer or EEE or ECE. It's not an interdisciplinary work, which means some other field, the title and the work is not much relevant to my area of research, so that will be harm our profile. And order of authors would be based on the contribution made towards the research work. And this is quite earlier I was been applying for one of the faculty position, and they have mentioned that regarding the various details they have been provided, and like as per the API, academic performance indicator, they have been asked the faculties to put the points and the score. So there it was mentioned that paper with imperfector, what is the points, and other thing. For single author, how much is the points, and for corresponding author or the first author or the supervisor or the mentor, what is the points, and other authors, what will be the points per paper. So don't allow more than like 6 or 7 or some 10 authors to your articles. In case there may be some collaborators, some researchers, they are being a part of that work, in that case it's okay. Try to avoid much like having more number of authors in your article. You can add any number of articles, but the points per paper will be reduced. And then regarding the change to authorship, in elsewhere it is mentioned that authors has to be considered carefully the order of authors before submitting their manuscript, and the author names in the authorship list should be made only before the manuscript has been accepted. And even though if it is approved by the journal editor, the corresponding author should provide the reason for the change in author in a written communication email from all the authors, that they agree with the addition or removal of any rearrangement happen in the article. And only in exceptional circumstances will the editor will consider the addition or deletion after the manuscript is accepted. So before accepted also we have to do a lot of this process, whether after acceptance if you want to do any other changes, order changes, any changes, it will be that is an exceptional case, it will be happen. So while you are before you are submitting the article regarding this authorship, consider with all the authors, and the order of the authors has to be finalized. And the largest authorship journal, physical review letters, has 5154 authors, which has nearly 33 pages. As you see here, nearly 33 pages, where 9 pages were the articles, and from 9 to 33 are full of authors. And about corresponding author will be an individual, take all responsible for communication with the journal, and he is the one submits to the journal, and he will be submitting the revision before the deadline. Like any review or any comments if you are receiving, he will be providing the revision to the editors, and he is the one check author guidelines, and he should ensure the ethics whether it's following in all the articles, and check all reference whether that is cited inside the body of the article or not, and from production or proof, whatever the queries there, it will be asked directly to the corresponding author, and the corresponding author has to check the article whether that is original and not submitted or published in other journals, and the corresponding author should keep all the supplementary data regarding relevant to the article which he is going to submit. And the first author should be the person who wrote the manuscript and the person who provided the design methodology, and he should have all the data, and he is the person should will be spending much time for the article than others. And even in text citation, the first author name alone will be in many styles, like for example Daniel et al 2010 or 2009 brackets, which means, so if relevant to my research field, if somebody is going to read 5 or 10 articles, so if my name is the first author in many articles, which mean, okay, if more suddenly if somebody is reading, so they'll be knowing that, okay, I think in our area of research a person named Daniel is working in this topic, experimental work or analytical work or numerical work. So such data will be shared to the other authors. So many people, they will be interested to put their name as the first author with various advantages. At the same time, there is the person who will be doing a lot of work to write the article, formulate the design methodology, and and who will be not an author, no acknowledgement, no knowledge about the work, and providing fund. Some people will be there, they will be providing some fund for your research work, and they will be asking to put their name, their research work, and like lab people, they will be helping in the lab, and lab in charges and lab assistants who is helping. So they are not an author, so they will be helping you, and so they are not an author. So thank you.